Hi, my name is Rachael Shah, and I'm excited to share a little about my new book, Rewriting Partnerships. Rewriting Partnerships opens with the story of a woman who spat on me when I was a full time community literacy worker in Chicago. And the woman said, "I will not be your service project." What that woman was teaching me is that community engagement is experienced very differently by community members as opposed to nonprofit staff, who I was at the time, as opposed to faculty or students who may partner with community programs. This lesson is important as so much research in community engagement and community writing is focused on the perspectives of faculty. Sometimes the perspectives of students, occasionally the perspectives of nonprofit staff, but very rarely of community members themselves. I think the same is often true with the ways that our partnerships are run and our programs are set up if we think about who is in the room when decisions are being made. So that's where my book hopes to intervene. It's based off of interviews with over 80 community partners, a few nonprofit staff, but mostly community members themselves. These interviews are drawn from three kinds of community-based learning partnerships: programs that involve college students in working with youth, programs that involve college students in running for nonprofits, and engaged graduate education. So, in these interviews, community members shared a lot of concrete recommendations for our research and our teaching. But these interviews also lead to a theory for how to engage with community knowledges, what I call critical community based epistemologies. And this theory blends community insights themselves with critical race theory, feminist theory, and foundational theorists in community engagement like Dewey and Frere. The book is filled with personal stories from my time being involved in community-based learning. I've taught community-based classes to elementary students, high school students, college students, graduate students, local K-12 teachers, and I've also served as a community partner myself from the nonprofit side. The book also includes a poem written by my longtime community collaborator, Marielena Wakamatsu, who is a former community organizer of undocumented farm workers turned high school English teacher and award-winning poet. And if you read one thing from the book, it should probably be the poem. It's at the end. I hope that this book is useful to you. If you teach a community engaged course and you're looking for ideas for how to structure your class that take into account community perspectives, or you're looking for readings that incorporate and highlight community voices, if you're a program administrator, my last chapter is actually devoted to structural changes in the ways that we set up our programs to create more space for community perspectives. Or if you're a researcher and you're interested in community member perspectives of community-based learning, or potentially in adapting the methodology that I use for gathering community voices. Ultimately, my goal is not to provide some kind of definitive statement about what community engagement feels like from the community side. Obviously, that's impossible. My goal is to invite people to engage the community voices at their own sites and to disrupt some common assumptions about who is a knower in community-based learning contexts. So if you read the book or use it for class, I'd love to hear from you. Feel free to reach out anytime. Thank you so much.